Hey everybody, Mike and Mrs. Bose here from the
Yes.
Music Center. We hope that you're having a great summer. It's summer, yeah. So
Supposedly.
we think. We hope that you're having a great summer so far and that everybody is staying safe and staying healthy. So we wanted to talk to you today for a few minutes about seating auditions because the process is going to be different this year. And we want to explain why that is. When we normally do the acceptance and promotional auditions, we do those live. And when we do those auditions, we're generally, it's you and the three staff members in the building, Mr. Anderson and Mrs. Bose and me. And you have your own warm-up room. And when we go into the audition room, there's plenty of space and lots of social distancing and all of that kind of stuff. And it's easy to do that with the promotional and acceptance auditions because it is really an individual thing. Seating audition night, if you've gone through the seating audition process before, and most of you have, seating audition night, especially if you're a string player, is mass chaos because you've got the three staff members and then you've got everybody who's doing the seating audition and then you've got everybody warming up and then you've got seating audition judges and then you've got all of this stuff going on and all of these people in the building, and we really can't do that here at the Music Center. We just don't have room to do that, and we really can't do it at the Hardin Center.
Not rooms.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we don't have rooms, and there's a lot of other stuff going on, namely ballet rehearsals and individual private lessons and art classes, and it's noisy and it's busy, and it wouldn't be a great environment for you to do a seating audition in. So we made the decision this year that we're going to do video seating auditions. All right. Totally different from anything that we've done in the past. Totally different for you, totally different for us. And so a lot of time and work has gone into figuring this out and getting you all of the details. So first things first, just like your regular seating auditions, video seating auditions will be judged by outside judges. So know that. You're going to submit those auditions to us, but then we're going to have outside judges who will judge your seating auditions. So that part of the process remains the same. Also, if you're auditioning for Concertmaster, we will be a part of that audition process just as always. So understand that this all pretty much stays the same, except it's going to be in a video format. Now, first things first. The first email that you got from us, or emails as the case may be, included a couple of things. Number one, it included your seating audition music. So if you are a string, wind, or brass player for the symphony, you got the Bacchanal from Samson and Delilah by Camille Saint-Saëns. Now, the information on that sheet that you got tells you the name of the piece, it tells you the name of the composer, it tells you the arranger, and it also tells you which measures we want you to play. So make sure that you look at both pages of the music and that you prepare all of the excerpts. Very, very important. And you can look that piece up online at YouTube and type in Bacchanal, Saint-Saëns, Isaac to make sure you get the right version of it. And boom, you can watch and listen and follow along. If you're a percussionist in the symphony, you have two pieces. You have a bell part and you have a snare drum part. Obviously, we can't audition you for a video seating audition on timpani. That would be very difficult to do because I'm guessing that most of you don't own your own set of timpani in your home. Now, Some of you may not own a set of bells. You may not have that starter set of bells that you got when you started in beginning band. Mr. Anderson has food. Yay! Hopefully you've got a snare drum or a really good practice pad. But percussionists, if you lack a snare drum, if you lack a really good practice pad, if you lack a set of bells, contact us. Let us know. We will do what we can to help you out there to make sure you've got everything you need to do a successful seating audition. If you're a percussionist in the symphony, you're going to see two different pieces. You're going to see Pictures at an Exhibition, Part 5, orchestrated by Simpson. That's your bell part. You can find that online. You're going to see Velia for your snare drum part by Lahar, edited or arranged by William Ryden. You can find that online. Philharmonic members, strings, winds, brass. Your seating audition music is from a piece called Forest Fantasy Suite by Alan Moss. Now, we're going to have to see if we can find recordings of that and dig those up and get those for you, but we'll work on that. And we'll be in touch with the composer too to see if he can get us some, at the very least, some MIDI files that you can listen to so you get a feeling of what this piece sounds like. So look at that sheet. It tells you for every instrument, for each ensemble, what you're supposed to play. And then via email, we sent you the music. Now, if you didn't get any of that, if you didn't get the sheet with the number of measures and that kind of stuff, and if you didn't get your music, contact us. Okay. Now, the next thing that came out today are your instructions for recording your video. So we're going to go through this a little bit step by step. Some of it is really common sense obvious. Some of it we want to explain a little more in depth. First of all, you can use your phone camera. That's fine. You don't have to set up multi-million-dollar sound and video equipment. You can use your phone camera just and not selfie mode, because rear-facing camera like this is going to give you better resolution. Okay, so you use the rear-facing side. Obviously, a quiet time when you're not going to be interrupted. Obviously, in a well-lit space, you know, good lighting. That is important. Obviously, a space that doesn't have too much echo. Don't record in the bathroom. That's just weird anyway. Don't record in a closet.
Also weird.
Also weird. Find yourself a good space. Find yourself the place that you practice where you enjoy practicing. Don't record outside. Outside isn't going to give you a true, the true ambience of your sound. Find yourself a good room in the house to do your recording. Make sure we can see you in the video. I know that sounds like a strange thing, but
we want to make sure it's you playing.
We need to know it's you playing. Not that anybody would try to pull one over on us, but we do need to make sure it's you playing. And if you're a string player, make sure your F-holes are facing the camera. In doing that, we get better sound quality from you, and also we get a better view of what your fingers and your bow are doing. So make sure you've got that going on. If you can have somebody press the record and the stop button for you, that helps too. If you can have somebody assist you with the process. Now, understood that this gives you a unique opportunity that you don't have in a regular live seating audition. It gives you the opportunity to give us your best performance. So you don't have to go with your first recording of it. If you record something and it's not what you want, you can re-record it. But we only want one version. So only send us one version. If it takes you 24 takes, don't send us all 24 takes. We'll have our judges judge the first one, and that'll be the end of the day. Okay, so send us the best take, but only the best take. And obviously, because you're doing it that way, and because there are going to be multiple components here, you can start and stop the camera. You can start and stop between your prepared music and your scales. You can start and stop between each excerpt of the prepared music. That's fine. That's fine. Give us your best performance. We want you to do that. But don't send us everything that you record. Only send us your best take of each thing that we require. So what do we require? Scales. Number one, make sure you tell us which scale you are playing before you play it. Announce your scales. Everybody has to play a 2-octave chromatic scale. Philharmonic strings, symphony strings, all winds brass, and percussion on bells, 2-octave chromatic scale. If you are a wind, brass, or percussion player in either group, or if you are a symphony string player, you have to do 3 major scales. You have to do them 2 octaves, and one of your scales must have 4 or more sharps or flats. Let me tell you that again. 3 scales, 2 octaves for each scale, and at least one of them has to be E major, B major, F sharp major, C sharp major, A flat major, D flat major, G flat major, C flat major.
Which you don't see that on your all-state list. C flat usually is just B major, so you can.
Right on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's usually F sharp is not in there. G flat is on that list. So use your enharmonics.
But you got to do one of those. Then, whatever you want to do for your other 2 scales. That is for symphony strings and for all winds, brass, and percussion. Philharmonic string players, your choice. You have to do 3. They have to be 2 octaves, but you get to choose C, G, D, A, F, B flat, E flat. But one of those scales has to be either the E flat or the A. So again, Philharmonic strings, 3 scales, 2 octaves, C, G, D, A, F, B flat, E flat, but one of your 3 has to be either E flat or A.
Philharmonic strings, you also have to do at least a 2-octave chromatic scale as well. I mean, what we were just discussing was the major scale requirement. Don't forget that chromatic as well.
Yeah, that chromatic goes for everybody, including percussion on bells. Now, percussion, the other thing you need to do are 4 rudiments. The 5-stroke roll, the single paradiddle, the flam accent, and the single drag tap. Now, you have to do these open, closed, open, which translates to slow, fast, slow. So you start them slow or open, you work up to fast or closed, and then you work back down to slow or open. If you have questions about the rudiments, we want you to go to the Vic Firth, F-I-R-T-H, Vic, V-I-C, Firth website, and you will find the 40 essential rudiments, and those 4 rudiments will be there.
All this is on the sheet that just came out in email. We're just reviewing. We're just going right off the sheet that you're going to have and can refer to while you practice.
This is just in case you have any questions. We've talked about your audition excerpts. Pay attention to the tempos that are marked. Play all the excerpts. Now, yes, you can still audition for uncontested principal chair or for concertmaster. Again, what does that mean? A brief refresher. What that means, if you are awarded an uncontested principal chair, is that you cannot be challenged during the course of the season when we do chair challenges. Concertmaster is always an uncontested chair. Okay? But you have to tell us, you have to declare through your seating audition that you're auditioning for concertmaster. Principal second violin, principal viola, principal cello, bass, flute, oboe, clarinet, bassoon, French horn, trumpet, trombone, percussion. Those are your principal chairs. If you want to audition for principal chair, your video submission needs to include a 2 to 3 minute solo or etude from serious solo etude repertoire. We don't want to hear this year's stand tunes, at least not for this. I enjoy a good stand tune as much as anyone, but not for this. Okay, this is serious, legit stuff, and we want you to tell us the name of the composer and the name of the piece, and we want you to keep it to a 2 to 3 minute excerpt, please.
Just so you know, if the piece doesn't have a title, there's usually a tempo marking at the beginning, say andante con moto or something like that, and you can use that as your title.
Exactly.
Or if there's a number associated with that particular etude.
So when you start thinking about it, 2 to 3 minutes, especially if you're doing a longer violin concerto or something like that, that's not a lot. Pick the part that you know best, pick the part that you can perform best, pick the part that demonstrates your best playing ability. Also, if you're auditioning for concertmaster for either the Philharmonic or the Symphony, there are 3 questions on this information sheet that you got via email today. We want you to answer those on the video. Okay? Take your time. Write out your answers and read them to us if you want to. But prepare your answers because this is a part of the concertmaster audition process. Now, we've set up 2 Dropbox folders, and your videos are going to go into those Dropbox folders. On this sheet, you're going to see the links and the upload instructions. Before you upload it to Dropbox, listen to your recording. Make sure your sound levels are good. Make sure nothing is distorted. Make sure everything is on your video. Make sure there are no glitches. Make sure it's all there.
Make sure it actually got recorded.
Yeah, make sure you got sound and video. Listen to it. Save a copy of it. Because sometimes you have a great copy of it, and when it gets submitted on our end, there could be a glitch with the Dropbox process. So listen, save a copy, and only then send it to the Dropbox. The upload instructions are all on here. You have to upload your video by Friday, August 7th at 5 p.m. That is your deadline. At 5 p.m., the Dropbox will stop accepting files. So that's your deadline. Friday, August 7th, 5 o'clock to submit your seating audition video.
It's not a great idea to wait till the very last second, because what if everybody waits to the last second and then things get bogged down, it stops accepting? It could happen. Don't wait.
Don't wait. You know,
plan ahead. Use your time wisely. Wait as long as you can. But when you're ready, hit send. Don't wait till the last second.
If anything, send it in Friday morning.
Yeah.
You know, just to guarantee that it gets here and that there are not issues with the upload. Okay, we know this is different. We know this is new. This is new for us as well. We also know that there are a lot of orchestras that do things this way, and that there are a lot of orchestras that are converting to doing things this way simply out of necessity.
And we actually consulted with some other youth orchestras that have converted to this already, and consulted with how their methods were, and we tweaked it for you guys so that you would have really clear instructions.
Yeah. But if you've got questions, ask questions. Okay, please send us your questions. We are here to help. We are here to help you with this process. We are looking forward to getting back to it. We have our music selected. We are working on the calendar. We are planning on first rehearsals for the week of August 17th. We will be back at the Mary G. Hardin Center for Cultural Arts for our rehearsals. We will have symphony rehearsals on Monday nights from 6:30 to 8:30, 2 hours, no break, just like we did in June. Philharmonic rehearsals, because we are at the Hardin Center, are being moved to Tuesdays, 6:30 to 8:30. Sinfonia, for those of you who might have siblings who are in Sinfonia, those rehearsals are also going to be at the Hardin Center on Thursdays, 4 to 5:30 with Mr. Anderson. Sinfonia members do not do seating auditions, so, you know, they don't need to panic about that. We have an orientation meeting that is scheduled. That is on Monday, August the 3rd. That's going to be a Zoom meeting. We will send you the information for that, the link for the Zoom meeting, but that's going to be at 6 o'clock. That's when orientation will be.
Just don't come here.
Don't come here. We
computer.
won't be here. Get on your computer.
Preferably one computer or device per household. We found if computers are in too close proximity on a Zoom meeting, there's some sound distortion. Yeah,
it gets goofy. We're learning all of this as we go, just like you are. And we appreciate your patience through all of this, because it's been, you know, for some of us, the technological gap has been greater than
the old people
than for others. We want to remind you too that your folders need to be coming in so we can get them, clean them, empty them, and prep them, because, you know, we don't have a whole lot of turnaround time here. We're here tomorrow. That is Thursday, the 9th of July from 9 to 12 and 1 to 4. And we're here on Friday, the 10th of July from 9 to 12. And if you could get them to us then, that would be great. And we will reward you for bringing your folders. We have M&Ms. Okay? Seriously.
We do.
We have a lot of M&Ms. Mrs. Bose is going to go get the M&Ms. I don't see any comments or questions. Hooray, M&Ms. You'll get one of those when you bring your folder in, but only when you bring your folder in. I don't see any comments or questions. If you do have comments or questions, like I said, please contact us. We are here to help you. Look over the guidelines, look over the information. You should have 3 documents in hand now. This document with the guidelines, the document that tells you which measures and which piece to play, and the actual music itself. Thanks so much. Have a great rest of your week and a fantastic weekend. And we will look forward to seeing you very, very soon.
Bye, everybody.